Hey my dudes, this month's Discord prompt was imaginary creature, which is kind of right up my alley, so I figured we could take this little 4x6 and make one of our own. First things first, don't mind my purple hands, I redid my hair color and didn't realize I was out of gloves until it was too late. Once again, forgive the tone of my voice, it's 2 a.m. and I have about an hour to do this before I have to go back to working on commissions, so this is going to be just a little quick situation. Let me measure out my paper here. It's definitely been a few months since I've posted a Discord prompt video, but much like everything else lately, I've just been short on time. Not much one can do about that. But I do still have them filmed, they just need to be edited. But it does mean that they're probably going to be out of order at this point. So when this month's prompt was imaginary creature, I was all about that, since most of what I draw are my imaginary creatures. So that's convenient. But like I said, I only have about an hour to do this because I've got to work on commissions. That should really be my priority. And I'm kind of going into this with no plan at all, so I guess we're going to give it ears. Let's see, that ear's not going to fit there, so let's move it. This ear is facing downward. Let's give it little bitty horns. So far so good. I think I want to put a whole mess of eyes up here. So we'll put kind of one here, a smaller one here, one up there. And I think its eyes are going to be all the way around its head. There we go, that's nice and weird. It's going to need a mouth though, right? Alright, let's give it some teeth and I'll be right back. Time continues to make a fool out of me because we are pretty much halfway through the time that I have to try and finish this. So that's fun. I do like him so far though. My desk is so squeaky. Ridiculous. Let's do a simple color scheme, methinks. You know what? I've changed my mind. This is going to just be a micron piece, I think. I might add some light shading afterward, but I've only got 30 minutes and I want to just kind of jump to the best part. So I'm going to do that. Ooh. We'll start with his many eyes, I think. Something I'm trying to get better at since having the full-time job now is prioritizing what I find the most fun in art. Whereas before I could get away with things that I maybe didn't want to do or things that weren't my favorite because I had so much time to create that if I had to dedicate time to doing something I didn't want to do, it was okay because I knew that, you know, right around the corner I could work on what I really wanted to work on. And unfortunately, I'm stuck in this spot with my art where I have so many obligations that a lot of what I have time to create is stuff that isn't necessarily what I want to be working on. Get this ridiculous mouth drawn. Man, sorry I don't have much to say this time around. Thing is, all I can really think about is complaining about not having enough time to do the art that I want to do. But I've already done that, and now I'm just drawing a creature with multiple tongues. Moving on to this nice swoopy tail. Sorry again for my purple stained hands. That is unpleasant. There's nothing that could be done. Want to see something ridiculous? Have you ever seen the nib of a 12 micron? Look at this. Gnarly, right? Alright, let's do our border. Alright, we are almost done here, but I think he could use a cute little golden circle. Actually, let's do a full circle. I was going to do broken line work, and then I changed my mind last second. If there happens to be anyone watching who's a part of the Discord and does the Discord monthly prompt with me, worry not. My eventual goals is to still be able to share everybody's work in these videos. You know, everybody who consents to it anyway. But right now, I just can't justify the editing time it would take, especially because I don't even know when I'm going to be able to edit this and post this. So everything's just kind of up in the air for me right now. And I haven't been able to set aside the time to, you know, make a Google document have everybody submit what they feel comfortable, and all that good stuff. So it's just going to take a few months for me to get through all of the obligations that have built up, and then I can start prioritizing my channel and my work again. But I assure you, no matter how frustrating my posting schedule has gotten for you guys, I am 10 times more frustrated by it. I'm straight up not having a good time, my guys. And you know what's worse? Like, obviously, I'm very woe is me and upset about the fact that I had to step away from a channel I've been working 5 years on. But it's also frustrating and heartbreaking to see artists that I followed for years, upon years, you know, those who have inspired me to also, you know, chase this, to see them making videos about how they're having a hard time staying afloat. And it's just really, really frustrating, because what the heck, man? Why is society so hell-bent on removing humanity's ability to focus on being creative and making things and sharing experience? What is that? Why is society trying to move away from that? So if you can, I hope you are keeping the dream alive, because someone out there has to, right? I mean, the tone of this video was a little weird, wasn't it? But I'm in a weird state of mind, so that's what you get. Anyway, I think we are just about done with our creature here. I think I'm going to name it Prunkle. I did a quick Google search to make sure that wasn't anything terrible, but let me know if you know something I don't. Well, I am over my hour time limit by 10 minutes, but here we have Prunkle. I think he's adorable. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I hope to be coming at you with bigger and better projects soon, but I appreciate the patience in the meantime. That's all for today, and I'll see you next time. Later, Tater.